put a number on that, and obviously you rep him as well, so the higher the number would be better for your leverage, but everybody understands everything. Would you say 5 to 10 teams have called him, or like the teams that could potentially get him? If like, would you be able to put a number on that? Like the Pacers called, obviously.
Yeah, I would say, without naming names, I would say, yeah, about 10 to 12.
I knew you was lying. I knew you was lying, man.
Message.
Signed Austin Reeves to a 4-year, $185 million max contract to keep him in LA and restrict him from becoming a free agent. So AR will stay in LA with Luka. But as for LeBron James, who is an unrestricted free agent, Shams Charania says there's been not much movement. Listen to this.
My understanding is there hasn't been an offer out to LeBron James yet as far as his free agency. We'll see how that develops over the next 4 or 5 days when free agency starts. But a lot of it is like, how much can we upgrade the roster and then potentially go back to LeBron? Or do you take care of LeBron first and then figure out any type of potential roster move?
All right, y'all, I'm back. As you can see, I told y'all this week, if y'all seen my messages, had a sinus infection. My voice is not 100%, but it's good enough to get some content out. I haven't uploaded in like 4 days, 5 days. It's the longest I've ever done that. So I'm excited to be back. So there was so much that I missed, man. And I really just want to touch base on a few things. And one thing I remember is Rich Paul saying there's 10 to 12 NBA teams that's trying to sign LeBron James. Now, if we know one guy named Shams, is that this guy broke the story of Luka being traded to the Lakers. And what was the first thing publicly he was trying to make everybody aware of? It was this, that LeBron had no freaking clue that Luka Doncic was being traded for AD. Now, this guy's on ESPN sitting there saying there's absolutely no teams or anybody that's offering LeBron anything. And I understand June 30th is when you can officially offer and whatever, but come on, it's ESPN. If Shams is hearing something about LeBron James and a LeBron James network like ESPN, I'm pretty sure that we're going to figure out that something is happening and he's going to report on it. So let me remind you what Rich Paul said about 10 to 12 NBA teams on the Pat McAfee show, and then we're going to get into some more information about this.
You put a number on that, and obviously you rep him as well, so the higher the number would be better for your leverage, but everybody understands everything. Would you say 5 to 10 teams have called him, or like the teams that could potentially get him? If like, would you be able to put a number on that? Like the Pacers called, obviously.
Yeah, I would say, without naming names, I would say, yeah, about 10 to 12.
5, 10.
Okay, all right, we appreciate that number.
Pat, I can tell you this. I tell you guys this. There has been incoming calls from every team with the excitement of possibly him playing for them. And so at 41 years of age, going on 42, I think that's something to be extremely proud about. And, just it's one of those things where it's like, wow, even at 42, I'm still wanted. That's admirable.
Things are kind of just going into the world right now. From your standpoint, what's a realistic conversation about LeBron James, the 41-year-old man who's entering year 55 potentially, or retiring to a golf course?
Here's what I'll say to you, Pat. Believe nothing that's out there, because I haven't had one conversation with him. At the end of the season, I made it clear that I would respect he and the family, because this is going to be a family decision for him. This is not, look, I went on to build a business that will do great long after LeBron retires, and so I'm not dependent of that at all. And Maverick has done the same thing. He's done a tremendous amount for everyone he's ever encountered with, ex-teammates, coaches, executives, etc. I don't think there's a player that has done more for not just the game, but people in the game that has benefited throughout his 23 years. And so whatever he decides to make, that is his decision. He doesn't need to make a decision for anybody but himself in this regard. And so, but there's been no conversation. I have not had one conversation with him. We played a couple rounds of golf. I don't mention it. When he comes to me and wants to sit down, I am more than prepared for every scenario that there could be. But when you think about numbers that's being thrown out, what we're asking about, and all these things, that's all false. We haven't had one conversation with anybody about anything. And so I'll continue to give him his time, and when he's ready to talk with.
So obviously, when they extended the offer to Austin Reeves, which I personally don't think he's worth that much money, or he's even a number 2 on a championship team, maybe a third best player, but he's definitely not a number 2. So if maybe you could bring another great player, then you have a chance to win. But 2 guys defensively, Luka, A. Reeves, playoffs, long seasons, injuries, I don't think that's working. But as you can see, the Lakers are showing who the hell they want to move forward with, and it's not LeBron. They're prioritizing right now, from what I've heard, bigs. They want to get bigs because they know Luka, executes well when he's in that situation, having that pick and roll option, lob threat, as you've seen with Gafford and the other dude there with the crazy afro in Dallas. Forget his name top of my head, but that's what they want to surround the team with. So they already made their choices known that A. Reeves and Luka is our priority. So they haven't had any discussions with LeBron. And honestly, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. You're 42 years old, and that's something that comes with the territory of being old, and it's like LeBron, to me, is still productive. And I think even in the playoffs will show, I feel like he was more productive than A. Reeves. And I know I'm critical of LeBron, but I can sit there with a straight face and say, I think if LeBron was younger, this would work out a lot better. But even now, you can't commit to him a long term with the years. But if we were just saying season by season, I still think that LeBron James and Luka probably are a better tandem and a better pair. Be honest with you. I know analytics might say otherwise, but when it comes to the playoffs, LeBron's veteran leadership, I think it helps. But like I said, to piggyback on my last statement is that I can't see Luka and A. Reeves working out. And if so, they need 3 defensive-minded guys. Bring back a Smart. You need to get a more defensive wings, 3-and-D guys. And let's just face it, I don't know if that market calls for it. And I don't know if people want to play in the circus of the Lakers with Bronny, with Luka's Hurd, and the constant media. I don't know if anyone really cares about playing all the time for big market teams. So these are just a few things that I've seen. I'm tired of lies. We're seeing this constantly, and the media continues to put on a front. And I'm sure there maybe are teams, but maybe they just didn't reach out to them yet. Maybe they're waiting. I don't know. Somebody is probably interested, but not at this moment. So that's the whole point of this video. And a little rusty. I haven't done a video in a while, so my talking points a little all over the place and scattered. But the point I'm trying to make is that at this very moment, I don't think there are teams wanting to make that move. And I think Rich Paul said that in order to make LeBron, the fan base, his client look good. So he told a big, bold-faced lie in order to appease the LeBron fans and the media. But again, a guy like Shams, who controls the media as far as reporting and breaking things, could easily say, hey, this team, that team, this team, that team is interested. And he could say that because he has inside information. So if neither of them can name any teams, I'm calling bullshit on it. So these are just my thoughts, ladies and gentlemen. Rich Paul lying comes to no surprise. Is what he does. The lies creates narratives. So I got some more videos I'm going to upload this week. I've got so many things I want to talk about, but this is one thing on my list. So I'm going to the Kanye show today, so I'm excited about that, guys. Happy to be back. And you guys have a good rest of your day. See y'all. Peace.